Hey, it's Expert Terminal from Unforgotten Studios, and we're here at the SoCal Retro Gaming Expo. Retro games have a special place in my heart, and the very first video game I played was Super Mario Bros. On the NES. So let's take a trip down memory lane and see what this place has to offer. Let's go. Super Mario Bros. This was the very first video game that I ever played. My uncle let me play on it with his NES. This was the game that really got me to be a gamer, and so this game will always hold a special place in my heart. Guitar Hero 2, one of my favorite rhythm games of all time. I remember getting this game when I graduated 8th grade. I remember getting the actual full game. I had the Gibson SG controller, and this game is such a gem to me. This is the game that introduced me to the Guitar Hero series, and since then is probably one of my favorite rhythm game series of all time. I was introduced to a lot of rock music because of Guitar Hero, and so it was also the game that got me to continue to play guitar. So Guitar Hero series, another contender in the rhythm game genre. Modern Warfare 2. Does anyone remember the classic COD lobbies? If you know, you know. Does anyone remember Blockbuster? I remember being able to rent not only movies, but also renting video games as well. I remember renting a bunch of N64 and PlayStation games as a kid, and I don't think the generation of today is ever gonna know what the beauty of Blockbuster was, unfortunately. This was a thing of its time. Do you guys remember Blockbuster? Let me know in the comments. Super Mario All-Stars. This was my favorite game when I used to have a Super Nintendo. My mom bought this for me when she got me a Super Nintendo when I was about like 5 years old, and this was definitely one of my favorites. I got through all the Mario games that are in here. I don't think I've really gotten through Lost Levels, but definitely for sure I've beaten all these Mario games, and this game holds a special place in my heart. So tell me about that game. What do you want to tell me about?
So this is barely even a game. So at the Louvre, you were able to rent 3DSs for guided tours, right?
Right.
And this would be basically the game / program that you would use, right?
Right.
The only place you could ever buy this was from the Louvre, and if you think about it, it costs about $150 to get in there.
Yeah.
And then this would cost another additional $50. So the fact that, again, these are even like out there is like it was $200 basically to just get this game.
That's
and you
crazy.
just never see them, and there's no more obviously in production anymore because they stopped this promotion. So finding even like a sealed one is kind of crazy.
Dang, sealed?
It's also the only 3DS game that is region unlocked. You can run this on any 3DS game.
What? No way.
Yeah,
that's
3DS,
crazy. Yeah, that's a gem.
Yeah, this is one for me easily to talk about.
Got myself Tekken Tag Tournament, and this was one of the first Tekken games on the PS2. I didn't get to play it as much. I played Tekken 4 more than Tag Tournament, but this was a very fun play. All right, Time Splitters 2. This was one of my favorite 4-player split-screen games on Xbox. Well, this was also on PS2 and GameCube, but I mainly played this on the Xbox, and I remember bringing my cousins and my friends over, and we would play this a lot. We would play split screen, and we would have so much fun playing this. Halo 1 and 2. I remember playing this split screen as well. This was another split screen game that I loved playing, and I remember just being really mad at my cousins when they would beat me at Halo, and so the Halo series always has a spot in my heart. So tell me about the game you picked out for us.
This game is called Legend of Dragoon. It's one of my all-time favorite RPG games. Growing up as a kid, I remember just playing it a lot in my room. There's no voice acting in this one, so you got to read it. So I used to like having music playing in the background and just playing this game all day. Warm, fuzzy, nostalgia feeling. Absolutely love it.
Anyone remember having this keypad on your Xbox 360? I remember people using this to DM people on like Call of Duty or Halo when they would get mad at someone, and you would get that really interesting text. Well, this is probably what they were using when they would want to talk smack to you. All right, the orange box. I did not have a gaming PC when I was in high school, so I was only able to play Half-Life 2 on console, and so the orange box was really my only way of being able to play those games. I went through Half-Life 2 episodes 1 through 2 on there. I remember waiting for a Half-Life 3, and I finally got the hype as to why people wanted it. So the orange box introduced me to that, and so playing this and Portal and a bit of Team Fortress 2 really brought me back. Gran Turismo 4. This is one of my favorite racing games on the PS2, and I put so many hours into this game, and this game was so ahead of its time. This game still holds up to this day. It has so much content for a PS2 game, and this is one of my favorite racing games of all time. So when I was a kid, my dad would always bring me to the arcade just about every weekend, and I would play so many games over there. I'd be playing some racing games like Daytona USA, fighting games like Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, and Tekken, and those games really resonated with me. One time I remember one of my friends introduced me to Metal Slug, and so that was another really fun arcade game that I would play, and we would always try to play co-op together and try to beat that game. I had some really fond memories of the arcade, just going just about every weekend, and there was an arcade near my house, and my dad would always take me there, and we would always go to get like McDonald's after and stuff like that, and those are parts of my childhood that I really hold close to me, and so that's why I just really love arcades. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, probably one of my favorite PlayStation games. Love playing this as a kid.
The story behind the idea of the Con Ends With You is that the con will never truly end unless like the community stops caring.
I like keeping that hope alive because even with the new generation coming up, they can also try to see what it's like to just literally have fun, throw ideas at each other and create amazing pictures or just videos, and hopefully that can get big to where you.
So we just finished watching the Con Ends With You panel with Rated R for Ray Cosplays and Wolfie Kingston. And so I want to ask you guys a few questions about your guys' movement. So give us a brief rundown of what the movement really is about.
It's a community movement that is meant for uplifting cosplayers and new cosplayers alike. We're just bringing each other together to have fun. We don't care about your race, your height, your weight, none of that. We care about everyone. So honestly, whatever you bring to the table, work with it, and we can help you work with it and lift you up so that way you can, soar higher once you're able to gather, enough intel from others to help you out, in the end.
What does this movement mean to both of you guys?
So the funniest story is I met Wolfie in 2021 at Animanga, right? And I didn't know about the movement until Anime Riverside 2022, and he told me the story. And it really means a lot to me because when he told me the story of that it's about uplifting each other and that the idea that the con will never truly end unless the community stops caring, right? When he told me that story, I was like, that resonates deeply with me because I've always been down on myself. I always say I look like really horrible out of cosplay. Once I'm in cosplay, I feel really pretty and stuff like that, and I look good. But the moment it comes off, I'm like, I don't look good. He's giving me that look. I know you are, but that's how I felt, and I kind of still feel to this day. But when he told me that story, it really opened my eyes that this is possible, and that I can pull these off, and that I can pull off not just cosplay, but anything I would like to do that I think I can't pull off, but I can.
How can people spread the movement? How can people spread the word about the movement?
Easy. Whatever you have to post, type what you want to type, and then for the hashtags, just add the Conents With You hashtag with your tags. It helps, other cosplayers to find each other, and it also helps, uplift yourself as well. So you can use the hashtag on Instagram and everything.
Yeah. And we really want to see all your cosplays. That's the whole point of this movement, is use that hashtag to spread it everywhere.
Any last words for the viewers at home?
Honestly, whatever you're doing, keep at it. Don't give up on what you're doing, because just when you know what your goal is and it's achieved, trust me, it's gonna mean a lot more than what you think it is. And don't let negativity take over your life. Don't care what people say, because they're not doing what you're doing. They're not helping you, because you're putting everything yourself.
Yes.
Trust in yourself, trust in the process. You're gonna make it to the top.
Yes. And don't let those negative people get to you. Don't let them tear you down, because you are going to soar higher than they ever will or even could imagine to soar.
Yep, the most important person that knows you is you.
And again, the con ends with you.
Well, that does it for our coverage here at the SoCal Gaming Expo. I hope you guys had an awesome time watching. Let us know which con you want us to hit up next. Other than that, guys, we'll see y'all next time, and don't forget to like and sub if you enjoyed the video. See y'all.